Numbers 32. Numbers 32. I'm going to thank Brother Dow for giving me this opportunity. Numbers 32. We'll begin in verse 1. Now the children of Reuben and the children of Gad had a very great multitude of cattle. And when they saw the land of Jazer and the land of Gilead, that behold, the place was a place for cattle. For the children of Gad and the children of Reuben, and spake unto Moses and Eleazar the priest, and unto the princes of the congregation, saying, these are all the names at the cities they've taken. I'm going to skip down to verse 4. Even the country which the Lord smote before the congregation of Israel is a land for cattle, and thy servants have cattle. I want to stop right there. They had stuff. Sometimes stuff gets in the way of us doing stuff for the Lord. Like, I got a car. It's not a nice car. I mean, it is a nice car, but I call it the old lady car. It's a nice car, but sometimes I want to fix that up so much. I want to get into that car. It's like, oh, and the guy goes, hey, it's time to read your Bible. He's like, well, look at this. Look at this stuff I can put on my car here. And then Satan's like, yeah, look at this stuff. Look at this stuff. It's like, no. But God's like, hey, you need to read your Bible. He's like, and then I'm like, oh, I'm just going to look through this just a little bit longer, and then I'll get in my Bible reading. Before I know it's 10 o'clock, and I'm like, oh man, I got to go to bed now, and I can't read my Bible. That's what Satan does sometimes. Yeah. In verse 5, it says, wherefore said they, if we have found grace in thy sight, let this land be given unto thy servant for a possession, and bring us not over Jordan. Here the people, the children of Gad and the children of Reuben, come to Moses and say, hey, we don't want to go to Jordan. We're just going to stay here because we saw the land over here, and we want to stay here. And Moses in 6 through 15 is like, then what's going to happen is you're going to stay here and we're going to go fight, and the others are going to be like, wait. They don't have to go. I don't want to go over there. I don't want to fight. I don't want to get killed. I want to stay over here with them. And we're going to wander around in the wilderness for another 40 years. That's what's going to happen. And Moses is like, yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. And then in verse 16 through verse 16 it says, and the children of Reuben and the children of Gad said, okay, fine. We'll go fight, and we'll go fight for you guys. And after we're done fighting, we won't take any of the inheritance and stuff. We'll just come back over, and we'll just live over here. And while we're fighting, we're gonna leave our children and our stuff here. And sometimes if we're gonna, I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm gonna stop right there. I'm gonna use an illustration sometimes. When I use or the preacher uses illustrations, it's better, so I get more out of it. So I'm gonna use an illustration. Okay. This, I hope he doesn't mind me moving stuff around here. Okay, over here, we got the wilderness. God brought us out of the wilderness. He saved us. He saved us. That's out of Egypt. He saved us. This is us right here when we're not saved. We get saved. We go over to the wilderness here. And when we get out of the wilderness, when we get saved and we get out of the Egypt, we come and get saved, and we're in the wilderness. Sometimes we get in the wilderness and we say, and then over here, this tree over here is the victorious Christian life. It's Canaan. It's not heaven. Heaven is when we die, we get out of Canaan. When we die, we go to heaven. Canaan is a victorious Christian life. And sometimes we get so caught up in the world over here, and we say here, we get over here, we're like, oh yeah. Like, oh, this is so comfortable right here. Oh, I'm just going to stay over here, and God's over here. He's like, hey, I want you to go over there. And we're like, this is comfortable, though. I like this. And we get so caught up in the world sometimes. Even though we're saved, we still get caught up in the world. And we don't go over here. Over here, then the children of Gad and the children of Reuben said, okay, we'll fight, but we won't go to Canaan. And sometimes we get, I already said that, but we get so caught up in the world that we don't want to go back over here. And verse 6 says, I'm going to look at some verses here. It says, verse 1 says, now the children of Israel and the children of Gad. Verse 2 says, the children of Reuben and the children of Gad and the children of Reuben. And verse 6 says, go to verse 6 and says, and Moses said unto the children of Gad and the children of Reuben. And then go to verse 25 and it says, and the children of Gad and the children of Reuben. And verse 29 says, and Moses said unto them, if the children of Gad and the children of Reuben. And then 31 says, and the children of Gad and the children of Reuben. So they're saying, oh, we don't want to go fight. And then if you notice in verse 33, it says, and the children, and Moses gave unto them, even to the children of Gad and the children of Reuben, in the half tribe of Manasseh. What happened there? Some of the people over here, they're like, children of Gad over here are like, okay, we're gonna fight, but we'll go fight, but we're gonna come back, and we don't wanna go to the promised land, but we'll go fight for you guys. And the half tribe of Manasseh is like, okay, yeah, we got a lot of cattle too, so we'll stay over here with you. And sometimes we don't make the decision to go over here, and we don't want to go to what God has given us. And other people are like, okay, I'll stay over here with you. So they stay over here with us, and they're not called. I mean, God calls us over here to do all that we can do for God over here. We're like, yeah, God could use you. The preachers over here, God can use you. Yes, He can use you. Come on, God can work great miracles in your life. And we're like, okay, yeah. We're like, oh, hey, preacher, what's he doing? I'm just gonna come over here too. We discourage the people that are coming almost over here, and then we look back, we're like, oh. And like my dad said, sometimes we run the race backwards, like, oh. So we stay over here. Sometimes sometimes we discourage the people that are over there. If Satan could give us this, if we get saved, he doesn't want us to get saved. We stay over here, and he doesn't want us to get saved. But when we get saved, we come over here. And we get saved, and Satan's like, okay, fine. They're saved, but they'll stay over here. I'll get them to stay over here. And he's sitting here, we're sitting here. Hey, you don't have to read your Bible today. Nah, you don't have to read your Bible today. And then we stay over here, and we discourage the people that are trying to go over here. Satan could give us this. Do you know how good? If Satan could give us this, do you know what God can give us? I mean, Satan, he lets us, he doesn't let us get saved. He doesn't want us to get saved. But when we get saved, we could go over here where God could give us that, but we stay over here. Right. I'll give you another little illustration. Sometimes my mom, she cooks some good meals. She sits there in the kitchen all day, and we're sitting over here on our phones maybe, or watching television. She's in the kitchen, and she cooks. I like nachos. I love nachos. I don't know about you guys, but I love nachos. And when mom gets it down, and she sets out the table, the girls setting the table, and we all sit down, and we're like, nachos on the table. It's all smelling good. And we're like, I just want a sandwich. What does that say? It's like, oh, Mom, I don't care what you want. I don't care how long you slaved in the kitchen for this. I want a sandwich. That's like what we do to God. God's like, hey, look at this. I give you all this. I call you over here. I give you all this. I'll give you a nice house. We don't get the best of houses, but God, He gives us a nice house. That's a roof over our head, nice church. And what do? We're like, oh, no, God, no. We throw it back in His face. That's what we do. That's kind of like what we do with God. When we're all, Mom, I just want a sandwich today. It's like, I'll just take that nacho chips and just throw it back in your face. That's what we do sometimes to God. And what I said already, the devil can give us this. But how much can God give us if the devil just lets us have this? And sometimes I'm like, oh man, I'm too tired today. I don't want to read my Bible. I'm just going to go to bed. But that's just staying over here. How many of us are right here today? Yeah. How many of us just sit here and people are like coming, and they're going almost over here. They're almost. The children of Gad and the children of Reuben were almost there. They're almost there. And then Satan's like, hey, you don't need to go over there. You don't need to go over there. Like, oh, okay, yeah. He's like, look at all these cattle. Look at all this cattle. Look at all this land. Look, grass, everything. Look at that. And they're over here. Oh, yeah. I guess that's true. And they stayed over here.
Right.
God could have used them. God could have used them awesome. They could have used the children of Gad and the children of Reuben with Israel over here. Miracles. But they're like, oh, yeah, I guess I can stay over here. That's what we do. We're almost there. We're like, oh yeah, here we go. And Satan's like, hey, look at this. Look at this car that you could buy. I mean, the job offer your boss just offered you.
There you go.
I mean, look at that.
Now.
You could buy that car. You see that 2017 Denali over there? Lifted, big, huge mud and tires. That's my desire. It's huge. Look at that thing. I'm never going to be able to afford that, but look at that thing. I mean, the job offer you just got? Come on. And I could be like, oh yeah, I guess I just get comfortable right here. Give me some iced tea. I mean, or I could come over here and I could sacrifice myself, nail myself to the cross. My self-desires to the cross, and I come over here and God could use me great. God could use me and be like my dad, go preach camps, go preach youth rallies, revivals, conferences, and souls to be saved. There's a song we sing every once in a while. It's, help me out. Just one more soul. If just one more soul were to walk down that aisle, it would be worth all my struggle, all my strife. That's what I want to see today.